and we'll be live.
Cool.
I'm gonna check that we're live on the phone, and then you can start introducing yourself. Hopefully verify.
Hopefully the mic isn't too bad, but
We'll see. I'm sure.
yeah, me too.
I'm gonna check that we're live.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. So mic is good. You can start introducing yourself. I almost just introduced yourself for you, so you can go right ahead. I'll go get you the information for whoever's here. You can
Awesome. Sounds great. Hello, everyone watching. This is the late League Night tournament for Elite GameSpot. My name is August Donahue. I'm going to be your commentator for the night, and we are just getting everything set up, and round 1 pairings will be happening soon. Seems pretty exciting. First time commentating, but I like the card shop. I like all the players. It looks like we're gonna have a good night, some good matches. We have, I believe, 10 to 12 players today, so we'll have a good amount of pairings. And what I've seen from going through the store is quite a bit of Lugia out there. I've heard some Mew and some Lost Box as well. So it looks like what I heard from the background that Grayson and AC, I believe, are going to be streaming on the table. And I'll just get confirmation who is who, so I don't mess up the players' names. But I believe, actually, the player on the left is AC. Well, while we're waiting, I guess I'll do a little bit of promo for the shop. So at Elite GameSpot, we have what are called League Dollars. When any player participates in a league and places high, well, the higher you place, the better those dollars are going to be.
Grayson C on the left.
Grayson C.
Grayson is spelled Gracen. G-R-A. There's no Y.
Oh, wait.
You're good.
Last name?
C. So Campbell. And then Asa is on the right. It's ASA. And Corvello is his name, so it's Asa C.
Cool.
So their scores are 000. So we up the scores.
It's at the bottom.
And it's Mew VMAX versus Lugia, so whichever one of the two you feel would be more proper to develop.
Cool.
I think the scores that's around them. So I think it's
round info. Oh, that's round 1.
It should be record.
Record
left. So, yeah. Sweet.
And we're gonna be starting, so it'll be 000 to 000. Cool.
And then I'm gonna close this partially just so they don't hear you if they're whatever.
Yeah, gotcha.
For the plays. And then I'll direct them, and then yeah.
So looks like players are gonna be shuffling up their decks. And they're going to be explained that as they're playing, we're going to want to be seeing their hands so that I can get better info on what is happening for the commentation. It looks like Grayson's actually setting up their prize cards, so get a little bit of info on that. I do have info that is going to be a Lugia V-Star deck that Grayson's going to be playing. Looks like they prized Charizard and Archeops, that V-Guard energy. The Charizard is going to be a little tough, being one of the top prize cards. Though it is good coming out late game for that easy 1 card attack for 1 energy attack for 250 damage. So being one of the top prize cards, it won't be that hard to use properly. And on the right side, Asa seems to be playing some sort of Inteleon box. Looks like they prized the double quick ball, so that's not going to be too rough for them, knowing that Sobble can use the first attack to search for their deck for 3 more Rapid Strike Pokemon. So the quick ball won't be too necessary, but nothing else looks to be like a tough prize card. So it looks like we're going to be starting this match off. Grayson with the Stoutland V. Asa needs to flip their attacker. And they immediately bench a Lugia V, playing off that quick ball. Now, in this matchup, it seems pretty straightforward. The Lugia is going to want to get their Archeops onto the bench as quick as possible, and Asa seems to just want to be hitting hard with the Palkia V-Stars. I don't exactly know if they're playing the Paralyzed Articuno, but if they are, then Grayson might have a tough time if they don't play any switch cards like Birdkeeper. But it looks like it's just going to be a pass from Grayson. Asa pulls off the turn 1 Battle VIP pass, which is going to be very nice. They're going to be able to set up their board quickly and effectively. Looks like Radiant Greninja and what seems to be maybe a Palkia V are hitting the bench. Going to be able to dig a little further with the Radiant Greninja, see a couple more cards set up to a point where they are more confident with their board state. Looks like Ace is also playing a little tech card, Thornton, in their hand, maybe for just heads-up plays, maybe something gets knocked out, or they have to discard a Palkia in the future. They can always bring that back. Off of the concealed cards, they get a Melanie and are able to put 2 energy on that Palkia V, which does look very nice. The Palkia V-Star only takes 2 water energy to attack. So they have already powered up the Palkia V as much as they can. Looks like it's just going to be a pass from Mesa, and it looks like Grayson's immediately going to throw down the Lugia V-Star and just check out what check out what Asa has on board. Let's see, powerful colorless energy is going on Stoutland V. The double dip fangs could take them 2 prize cards this turn, which would be a really good play from Grayson. They would have to accelerate an energy off of an Archeops, so if they're not able to use Lugia V-Star's ability or V-Star power, then we will most likely not see the double dip fangs this turn. Looks like they're going to play the Crobat, draw a couple cards. It's like just 1 card drawn. That's a tough decision. Crobat for 1. Hopefully they hit what they needed, but, you know, it might not have happened. I believe there is, and no, there's not an Archeops in the discard pile. Just 2 quick balls. Looks like it might be a slow start for Grayson. Oh, and it was actually just a pass. I missed that. For Asa, they played on a Palkia V-Star and another Sobble. The Palkia V-Star is going to be doing more damage for every bench Pokemon, 20 more to be exact. So the goal would be to basically fill their bench. Knowing that they have 2 quick balls in the price cards, that might be a little bit harder. They might have to just bench more Sobble using level balls. And it looks like off of the Shady Dealings, they went and grabbed an Articuno. Definitely going to have to get some sort of trainer card to search out that Articuno instead, knowing that Drizzle uses Shady Dealings to search the deck for a trainer card. So they're going to be benching the Articuno.
I really would not be surprised.
So if they fill their bench with 5 Pokemon, the Palkia V-Star is doing base 160. I believe the Stoutland V probably only has around 200 HP or 220. Let me pull up a way to search up that. Let's see. Looks like Statland V has 210 HP, so hitting base 160 plus the 2 bench Pokemon on Grayson's side, that's going to be 200, so they're going to need a modifier like a Choice Belt in order to hit the numbers that they need to take a knockout this turn. I mean, playing the Inteleon line, they're most likely going to be able to get that out because I can search any trainer card that they need with the Drizzles, with the Inteleons. Going to be attaching an Air Balloon to Palkia V-Star, and then playing a Scoop Up, pick up that Drizzle. And benching that Sobble back down. Asa is definitely in a good position this turn. They have a full bench, another Palkia set up, Radiant Greninja to draw cards, and it looks like they're just going to be doing some damage to the Statland V. Let's see. It looks like just 200 damage. And now it's Grayson's turn. They're definitely going to want to fight back. They're going being Lugia V-Star, you need those Archeops on the bench to accelerate the special energy cards from your deck. So an Ultra Ball here, or just something to discard cards and draw cards would be good for them. But it looks like just a Sharon's Care is going to come out. They're going to be picking up the Statland V and all cards attached. It looks like they're going to be moving up the Lugia V-Star. They'll be able to use that Statland V further down, further into the game, and maybe try to take a knockout on the Radiant Greninja or maybe a Lonely Sobble. But it looks like they're just going to be discarding this Statland V. Definitely not something that Grayson wants in this matchup. Looks like the Ultra Ball. Hopefully going to be searching out something like a Lumineon or a Crobat to let them draw cards. The Lumineon, unfortunately, wouldn't help them much, knowing that they already played the Sharon's Care this turn. But it could just be an out for next turn. Now that they have a low bench size of only being 1, the Palkia V-Star isn't going to be hitting for as much damage as it would with a full bench. So they definitely could be getting that. Looks like just looking through the deck, trying to find something good. Asa just waiting, and trying to figure out when a good time the Articuno would be to start the paralysis lock on the Lugia V-Star, when they should hit damage with the Palkia V-Star. They definitely have a lot of outs and ways to basically lock Grayson into not being able to play the game. But it looks like Grayson's off of the Ultra Ball, only going to find a Raikou. Definitely not looking as good as it should be for a Lugia V-Star deck. You want your Archeops out. You want to be accelerating the energy. So missing Archeops turn 1, or turn 2, turn 3, it's definitely a downhill battle from here. Or an uphill battle, I mean. From the hand, I had a quick peek. It looked like Lugia V-Star, Energy, maybe another Pokemon. Nothing too good, which is unfortunate. Ace's hand, on the other hand, is looking really good. They have 2 Evo Incenses, and it actually looked like to be a pass, so it is Ace's turn now. 2 Evo Incenses. They have an Energy that they're going to be attaching to the Articuno, so they have basically 2 attackers already built. And off of these Shady Dealings, they're going to be grabbing a Boss. Boss's orders can target the Crobat for an easy 2-prize knockout, or take out the Raikou. Because they're not playing Manaphy or have Manaphy out on the board, the Raikou can do some serious damage and take double knockouts. It also hits for weakness against Palkia, so taking out the Raikou would be definitely a better play. And it looks like just a Boss and knockout from Ace's side. They're going to be taking a prize card. Let's see, which one was that? think that might have just been a water energy. And their hand is already so built. They have Drizzle on board, plenty of Evo Incense in hand. I think Ace is just holding on to the hand, waiting to play the Evolution Incense to grab whatever they want out of their deck when they need to. Grayson's side is looking tough. Just an attachment for turn in the hand. We really don't have much. I think the fourth card's a Mana Fee. Just an attachment on the Lugia V-Star at a pass. Asa is taking their draw. I see Raihan. They have the Shady Dealings Inteleon, so they can search their deck for 2 trainers, and that's what it looks like. Here's what they're going to get off of this. Could just be another boss to take 2 more prize cards and just try to quicken up the prize race. But it looks like they're going for more consistency. Capacious Bucket, grabbing a couple water energy. Looks like it's going to be a basic water and a special energy, and then just the Drizzile. Just checking on the Capacious Bucket. Yeah, just searches your deck for 2 water. So let's see, off of the Drizzile, gonna be grabbing a Scoop Up Net. Looks like they're just gonna be recycling these Inteleons to go grab whatever they want. On Grayson's side, getting a Marnie or a Judge, something to disrupt what Asa is doing, would just be really good for them. They're in definitely a tough spot. Luckily, not having a lot of bench Pokemon, so they're not going to be taking. So Ace is not going to be taking the one-hit knockouts that they would want to take. But it looks like an attachment on Greninja and Concealed Cards is going to draw them a couple more cards. The hand is looking absolutely massive. Just deciding on what they want to do, what they should do. A supporter has not been played for the turn, so they have outs to Boss, Irida, Melanie if they want to accelerate more energy. They really are in the steering wheel right now, so looks like just contemplating, adding up the damage. Looks like Palkia V-Star's V-Star power is going to be activated. That allows the user to accelerate up to 3 water energy from their hand to their benched water, or to their water Pokemon. Doesn't even need to be benched. 2 water energy are going to go on the Radiant Greninja, and then just considering if they should attack now, and it's just going to be an attack. For, let's see, 160, 180 damage. Trying to help each other with the dice. Grayson's side, hopefully they can get an amazing top deck. Doesn't look like it. Probably would have played that down immediately if it was something really helpful. Considering maybe playing down an energy or benching another Pokemon. Let's see what happens. It looks like a capture energy on a Lugia V-Star. Gonna search their deck for a basic Pokemon, maybe another Lugia, just in case they can pull off the V-Star power after this Lugia V-Star gets knocked out. Let's see. Some water. Now, unfortunately, it's been an uphill battle from Grayson from the start of this matchup. I'm missing Archeops in the discard pile. I don't think they've played a supporter yet, except for Sharon's Carrot this entire game. So they've been just dead drawing. The Crobat for one card was so tough, and especially because it didn't pay off. Having the Raikou knocked out a couple turns ago, so their best attacker is going to be, in the discard pile from now on. It has just been tough. Looks like they're actually going to be retreating the Lugia V-Star, trying to hold on to that V-Star power, and just moving up the Crobat. Looks like it's going to be a pass as well. Asa has the Rapid Strike Inteleon, so they are going to be able to snipe for 20 damage every turn, slowly chipping on to the Lugia V-Star's HP. They have just a massive hand, can really do whatever they want. Ideally, you'd want to just boss and take out that Lugia V-Star this turn, and just really lock Grayson into the ground and just seal this game up for them. Looks like, let's see, we have a retreat into Radiant Greninja. Radiant Greninja's Moonlight Shuriken may be able to take the knockout here on the Lugia V-Star. Let's see. If Palkia did, 180 last turn, Radiant Greninja will actually be able to take that knock this turn. And that's what it looks like. 90 damage to both Crobat and the Lugia V-Star, taking those 2 prize cards. For Asa, they only have 3 left. Grab the Quick Ball and the Capacious Bucket off of that. And it looks like Grayson is just going to scoop this game, which is totally understandable.
Everything go good?
Yeah, it's going great.
Check them out.
Unfortunate for a game 1 for Grayson. Just couldn't find what they needed in order to get the Lugia V-Star out and to get the deck rolling. The power of the Inteleon engine and just being able to find the trainer cards that you need whenever you need them really showed this game. Asa was able to grab the boss, take out the Raikou, fill their bench as fast as they could, and just continue to draw cards with Radiant Greninja. They really just had, their best game tonight. Now, I believe this tournament is just going to be a best of 1, so both players are going to be packing up, and we'll get into round 2 hopefully soon. We'll see. And I guess I finally have time to explain this. So here at Elite GameSpot, we have what are called League Dollars. They're given to players who participate in the league, and more League Dollars are given the higher you go within the tournament. So at the League Dollar Shop, you're able to trade in your League Dollars for prizes like prize packs, League Battle decks. With enough League Dollars, you could even trade in to get a graded card. We also have assorted packs, some sleeves, and the highest one is the Elite Trainer Box. So, come on by, participate in the league, and, just have a fun time. You're definitely going to have a little dead time, it seems. Really unfortunate that Lugia V-Star really couldn't do anything. That definitely made the match really quick. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put up the be right back for round 2. Well, actually, I'll do a little bit of updating. And then whoever is going to be up on stream next is definitely going to have a win. So let me update the wins. Cool. And we'll be right back for the start of round 2. I'll bring up the
We're
stream.
going for Eric and Pat. Is that the last one?
Okay. I'm here with a winner of round one,
Yay.
Asa. How was your match? Any I guess highlights of the match for you?
When I won.
That's a good highlight. I guess what would you say is the reason you won?
Because Grayson bricked.
Because Grayson bricked. Now, do you think your deck has a good matchup against Lugia V-Star?
Yeah, I got Articuno in there with the emergency jelly.
Nice. Okay, so you have
Paralyzing.
some paralyze, yeah.
But you still have
Hey, you're not in this interview.
Grayson can be in it. We also have the loser of round one, Grayson.
well, Articuno, who the emergency jelly only works one in us, so
Mhm.
that
Yeah, but I can still get 4 paralyzes off before it dies.
yeah.
Not how many do you only play one Articuno in your deck?
Oh, there's 2.
2? Okay.
But I only have 1 emergency jelly. Because
Okay.
Asher over here
Did he take
built
it?
my deck weird.
It's okay. Like, fuck, I don't like Castle.
I only have 1 emergency jelly because of you.
Okay.
So have you been playing Palkia for a while, or?
Yes.
Okay. How long?
I don't know. All I know is it started as Ice Rider VMAX because I was immediately thrown into that. I don't know why. And then
So an older build, probably when Palkia just came out.
ruined the Palkias, so I did a 2-2 line. 2 Palkia,
Mm-hmm.
2 of each Palkia V-Star, and then
Oh, yeah.
I can't English right now.
Well,
And
further.
then I had the 2 Ice Riders and 2 V Ice Rider.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like Ice Rider was main attacker, Palkia was mainly there just to put energy on it.
Yeah,
And
so you
then-
can continuously do the 250, 280 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we threw those out, and now it's just Palkia.
Yeah, Palkia with some spice for Articuno, because I mean if players aren't playing switch cards, then you got easy damage, easy stick.
And Twitch.
Yeah, so you didn't play any switch cards. That definitely
Yeah. That's
that's not too good.
unless he uses his share and care. I think
That's true. Yeah, you did play your Sharon Scare on the Stoutland V. I'm checking it out. Yeah, I get to see everything you guys are doing, so it's pretty cool to watch. Yeah.
I saw my prize cards.
That they weren't that.
I didn't even look at what they were at the end. I just threw them back in my deck.
I'd say the only rough thing with your prize cards was the 2 quick ball, for like setting up your board. But
Oh, yeah.
you with the amount of Arita that you have,
Arita.
it's really easy.
You had cards.
What did you have prized? I don't even remember. It wasn't.
Did you have like a Lugia Beast?
You had. I think a Lugia was prized. A V-Guard was also in there, but nothing like detrimental. Yeah, but I mean, if you brick, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, don't talk with your don't talk while eating food. That's what I'm trying to say.
So, yeah. Do you think that's gonna affect your gameplay for next round?
What?
Being tired.
I'm always I'm always tired. Ask Daniel.
Well, do you have any matchups that you're afraid of for today?
Duraludon.
Duraludon. Okay.
Same.
Actually,
Duraludon's rough for you. Also.
yeah, no, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking if I were playing Fusion right now, because I hate when I play Duraludon with Fusion. I have
Mhm.
one path to beacon that.
Oh, that's tough. Only one.
Only one. And I
Is the item lock one?
Ooh, Vikavolt.
I
Vikavolt is also tough for.
oh yeah, I hate Vikavolt so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, it hits for damage.
That's
Take out
pretty
all of your items.
I mean, Irida is still kind of useful against it because
Mhm.
you can search for Pokemon, but then you have an item card that's unusable until Vikavolt is out.
Okay. Yeah, well, I hope your next rounds go good.
I hope I win.
Yeah.
When the V Star, which gets rid of items too.
The V Star?
Yeah.
Freedom?
Dravion or something?
It's
That gets rid of abilities on V Pokemon. I have not heard of it getting rid of items.
wow. That's
I barely know what V Stars do, other than I know what Earthen and Seal Stone and other stuff does, like Palkia.
Cool.
I only know what Earthen does because I see it too much. Like right here, what's sitting here? 2 Earthen Seal Stones.
I don't even think that's a good card though.
Actually. Well, I mean, if you're playing Rapid Strike, I think it is.
Oh,
Pretty
okay.
good.
Yes,
Brandon.
we could very easily power up that with Rapid Strike and then
Yeah.
do a lot of damage. Well, sweet. Thank you for letting me interview you, and I hope your next round's good.
Me too. I want to win. I want a free prize.
On the right, and then Ace of C on the left again. Well, Ace of C is on
Ace is on the left, and then
Dalton R. And it is Palkia versus like the world.
oh, nice. Oh, dude, we were just talking about that. How do you spell Dalton?
DAL.
DL. And then last guy.
Richardson. So on.
Cool. Sweet.
Real good.
No. Alrighty. Getting set up for round 2, we have a Vikavolt versus.
Have the big option of the section.
Um,
Not if
oh yeah, I need to change off of Lucio. Yeah, true. Let's go. We do have Vikavolt cards. Sweet. Okay, looks like we have a Vikavolt versus Asa, which was here actually the last round, so he's going to be on the table again playing the Palkia V-Star deck. Now, some big things about this matchup is that Vikavolt is actually going to hit into weakness for all of Ace's Pokemon, and there is no way to block that weakness, so Ace is going to have probably a hard time taking double damage from also being item locked. Looks like we have a flip. And deciding who's going to go first, and it looks like we're going to have the prize cards set out after they both get their Pokemon. So on Ace's side, we have the Quick Ball, Scoop Up Net, Lost Vacuum, Water. Well, actually, that's Dolphins. Okay, so for the Vikavolt deck, we have the some important stuff, I guess, is the Speed Lightning Energy. They're not going to be able to, turn through their deck as fast as they need to. Hopefully Dalton plays a good amount of Speed Lightning Energy so that they can, consistently hit what they need to. Everything else doesn't look too bad. They should be playing, lots of Melanie, lots of Quick Ball, good amount of Scoop Up Net, so nothing bad on that. Oh, it looks like it. We actually have the players on the wrong side. Redo the player sides. And on Ace's side, looks like we have a Battle VIP Pass, Sobble, Palkia V-Star, so quite a bit of Pokemon, unfortunately. Hopefully they won't be able to miss out on anything that they desperately need. And I put those prize cards down. Looks like Ace is going to be starting off the round with another Battle VIP Pass. You love to see it. Searching out a Sobble and a Radiant Greninja. Immediately playing down the Capacious Bucket. So they're going to be searching out some, good water energy. The attachments here are going to be really nice to have turn 1. Now, Dalton's Vikavolt deck going turn 2 has the possibility of item locking Asa the first turn for them. So that is pretty tough. And that's definitely something that Dalton is going to want to be able to do on their first turn. Hopefully they have the cards that they need in hand. Unfortunately, they're all upside down, so let's see. Looks like Ace is just getting the attachment down on Palkia. And in Dalton's hand, he's got some pretty good draw. He has the Miraculous Tail Mew in the active spot, so Dalton's going to be able to look at the top 6 cards and grab an item card they find there. That could be a Quick Ball, an Ultra Ball. If they're able to get another Mew down, a switching card like Escape Rope would also be great. Looks like the Ultra Ball's coming down, discarding 2 energy, the Fighting and the Water, which is excellent for Dalton. Having water energy in the discard pile activates the Melanie supporter. So turn 1, we're going to be able to see Vikavolt get the water energy down from Melanie and the Speed Lightning in Dalton's hand. So all Dalton needs now is a switch card, and then they're going to be hitting into Ace's Pokemon for weakness. Looks like the Speed Lightning comes down, digging a little bit further into the deck. Definitely trying to hit the cards that you need to complete the combo. Melanie coming out. The Vikavolt is all powered up to use the Paralyzing Bolt. For weakness, they're going to be hitting 100 damage, so this is definitely going to be tough for Asa from the start. Nothing like round 1 where they were able to just easily take on the bricked up Lugia V-Star deck. We're gonna bench a Raikou V and then Mysterious Tail. Searching out the Quick Ball. Looks like Dalton's going to be able to do a little bit more digging, finding the cards that they want to, just build that board state to something that just can't be stopped. Right now, I would say that the Vikavolt deck is favored. Having item lock against an Inteleon build is going to make them not be able to use the Evo Incense, your Quick Balls, your Level Balls, really all of your Pokemon search options. So that is going to be really tough for Palkia V-Star to really get what it needs to get. Looks like Dalton's just digging further and further into the deck, finds a Battle VIP pass. So they're going to build up their bench to have 5 Pokemon. That is going to add to the damage of Palkia V-Star, though. So, missing a turn 1 knockout right here, might bite Dalton in the butt. But you never know. With an item lock coming out, Asa just could totally miss the Palkia V-Star. So let's just see what happens. Scoop Up Net coming in. Going to be able to take that Mew out of the active spot. That's the switch card that Dalton needed. And just seeing what they need to do. And it looks like a Paralyzing Bolt for 100 damage. And Asa is item locked. They had Palkia V-Star on hand though, and having Capacious Bucket last turn, they are going to have the energy attachments. Looks like Dalton actually did not bench out off of that Battle VIP pass. So, it looks like he has everything he wants. No item cards right now. Looks like Asa has a boss in hand. Could decide to boss up something else. Right now, they are only doing 60. Well, they're hitting 160, so we could take a knock on the Radiant Greninja. Sounds like someone just spilled all their damage counters. Really unfortunate. Off the Drizzile, what do you grab? Maybe an Arita. So you can further, grab your Pokemon and your item cards and hope that, hitting into this Vikavolt, you can take it out next turn. What do you grab? Looks like Asa tried to grab the Articuno off the Drizzile, which unfortunately you can't do. You do need to search out a trainer card. Grab Scoop Up Net, but you can't play Scoop Up Net right now. Looks like Arita is coming out from hand. I'm going to be grabbing a water Pokemon and an unplayable item card. There's the Articuno. Articuno does sound like a viable option for Asa right now. Trying to get the paralysis on Vikavolt so you can buy yourself a turn to, play all your item cards. Because right now, all Asa is doing is building his hand with just a ton of item cards. So he's benching that out. With enough energy in the discard pile, he could, right now, use his V-Star power to accelerate the water energy onto Articuno and get a paralysis down. Definitely a viable option.
Yeah.
Let's see, just looking through his hands. Looks like he might just be doing damage. It's gonna be 140, 180. Close to knockout, but not there. In the hands of Dalton, he has every option to, go through his deck, try to find the cards he needs to possibly, knock out the Palkia V-Star right now. I mean, attaching Choice Belt, he could continue item locking while also taking the knockout, doing 160. Actually, that wouldn't knock. It looks like he is going to need another Lightning Energy to one hit to knock out the Palkia V-Star. He's just counting up his options, trying to figure out what he needs right now. Just gonna check the prizes to see if anything is being missed right now. I mean, putting 4 Pokemon in the prize cards is never a good idea, especially for an Inteleon deck. Looks like off the speed Lightning Energy, Dalton was able to draw into a Melanie. So he's now powering up the Raikou V on the bench. Ooh, the Sky Sealstone comes down on the Vikavolt. So on this knockout, Dalton's actually going to be taking an extra prize card. So 3 prize cards from 1 Palkia V-Star. That is tough. Let's see, just seeing if he needs to do anything else. Looks like a Mew's going to come down with the air balloon on it. And Radiant Greninja is going to draw a couple more cards. Definitely a really powerful turbo deck. Vikavolt has options to really do, everything they need to do turn 1. You have the Mew, the Radiant Greninja, the Speed Lightning Energy. Looks like there might have been some confusion or misplay on the Battle VIP pass that came down turn 1. Looks okay. Dalton's just seeing if there's anything else they can do. I mean, at this point, you're in a really good position. The Articuno has no energy on it, so no paralysis is going to be happening next turn. And then it looks like Sky Sealstone is going to be activated for the knockout, taking 3 prize cards. It's going to be the bottom 2 and that Lost Vacuum. Asa is in a really tough position. No powered up attacker. No Palkia V-Star, so no V-Star ability. I mean, right now, what do? You have no way to further accelerate energy quickly. I mean, you can always Raihan if that's in hand. The Articuno is going to be coming up. Let's see. Asa might be able to Raihan to the Articuno, get some paralysis and damage onto the Vikavolt. Possibility. They also have Rapid Strike and Inteleon in hand, so that snipe damage can and will always help. No Raihan though, just the Urita. Now that Vikavolt is not using Paralyzing Bolt, Asa has access to all the item cards in their hands. They're going to be able to basically, do what they normally would do in this deck. Eyeing that Raihan, wishing that you could play it down this turn so you could get a attack off. Unfortunately, I don't think it's possible right now. The Urita is going to grab the Palkia V and an Evolution Incense, and then off the Evo Incense, they're going to be playing down the Rapid Strike Inteleon, grabbing the Emergency Jelly tool card. That's going to save the Articuno from knocking itself out while doing some paralysis shenanigans and a Training Quartz. So Dalton's just checking out what Asa got. Just shuffling up the hand. Right now, it's tough for Asa to get back into the game. They were unable to, take out the Vikavolt as quick as they needed to. Unable to play those item cards just shuts down, everything that they're trying to do. Dalton, on the other hand, playing a Vikavolt deck, their hand is full of just things to do, options. Their board state looks, pretty basic. You have your Mew, you have your Radiant Greninja. Looks like it's just going to be a retreat from the Articuno into the Shady Dealings Inteleon. Probably trying to just buy some turns, get out another attacker for next turn. Probably try to get the Palkia V-Star out and then use the V-Star ability to accelerate more water energy. So yeah, that would count as a double attachment. Can't do that, unfortunately. The attachment came down to retreat the Articuno, so it looks like it's just going to be the emergency jelly. Let's see. Playing the Scoop Up Net. So it looks like they're just cycling through the cards that they have. Definitely noting that the Inteleon is a much more important piece in this matchup than the Manaphy. Dalton's not going to be doing any snipe damage unless they manually attach to the Radiant Greninja turn after turn, which definitely I don't think is going to happen. These Sobbles are going to allow Asa to continue to go through their deck and find things that they need. But it looks like Dalton is going to want a boss, something to bring up that Palkia V-Star and knock it out. Because that's the only way that Asa is going to be able to accelerate the energy that they need. Looks like just a pass. Dalton's turn. They have a huge hand, lots of options, lots of things to do. It looks like a cross switcher, so there's your boss. Into the Mew, who is for retreat. So probably hoping for, an energy surge to find the energy that they need, and maybe a Melanie to charge up the Vikavolt. But, with this much bench Pokemon, the Raikou V is going to be able to knock out Palkia V, easy. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. We have 8 bench Pokemon, so Raikou V is doing 160 plus 20, so 180 damage. Times 2. Easy. You're knocking out anything that's weak to lightning. It's like Dalton's asking for a shuffle on the prize cards after playing the heavy ball. It's like they're just going to be moving the prize cards around. Let's see, they're really trying to find that lightning energy. The Vikavolt takes 2 lightning, Raikou just takes 1. Oh, lightning from hand. That'll definitely do it. Just trying to figure out if Dalton can do anything else this turn. You have your attacker powered up. You're able to knock out the Pokemon that you need to knock out. Looks like just a lost vacuum to remove that emergency jelly. And Asa only plays 1, so that is definitely not going to be an option to, paralyze turn after turn after turn. Let's see if anything else is going to be happening. Football. Looks like Dalton's just going to be looking for more things to just put on the bench. Ooh, the Zapdos from Pokemon Go comes out. The Zapdos ability actually says that the basic lightning Pokemon are going to be doing 10 more damage to the active Pokemon. I don't think that's necessary right now. Due to weakness, you're just going to knock out really anything you need. Looks like another tool card is dropped onto Raikou V. that training court is really biting Asa in the butt as well. Dalton being able to use it can get back the lightning energy that he discards off of Vikavolt V, and being able to just recycle energy and not having to find lightning energy every single turn is just going to be so helpful. Retreat from the Mew. Here comes the attacker, and it's most likely just going to be a knockout right here. Yep. Doing 360 damage, and then taking the Scoop Up Net and the Quick Ball. And it looks like Asa is just going to scoop. Another quick round for the Elite GameSpot tourney. Tough matchup. Lightning weakness is not going to help. Item lock isn't going to help. For the item that the tool card that allows you to take extra prizes, Sky Sealstone, that doesn't help either. So just got to congratulate Dalton on a quick win with the Vikavolt deck. Very powerful strategy, giving an item lock, basically making your opponent have to play around not being able to use, a lot of the cards out of their deck. Definitely a good strategy. Tough matchup for Asa. We heard from the interview before that, Vikavolt was going to be tough for them and something that they really didn't want to hit into. Well, could it be quicker than round 2 to hit into that Vikavolt deck? Probably just talking about the match. I was shuffling up cards. Good sportsmanship. Nobody's feelings were hurt. Looks like I'm going to be doing a little bit of updating. Dalton got that. He is now 2-0. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to get Dalton back here for... Oh, what are you doing?
So how was commentating that message?
Dude. Round 1 again, baby.
I mean, yeah, it's just I item lock him and he just goes, "Oh, okay, cool."
Tough. It was like getting bricked, but having your whole deck in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what it was for him, which is kind of funny.
Lightning weakness.
He definitely misplayed a little bit, but he could have star portaled the turn.
Star portal turn before, yeah.
So it's just like he didn't do that, and I was just like, did I conceal cards twice in one turn? Thanks.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but
Yeah.
it was like, I'm pretty sure you did. I was like, I don't think I did.
I don't think you did.
Okay. That'll be good. I'll go tell him for proof. He said, "Stranger you."
Oh god. Well, if anyone wants to go back on stream and just check that. Actually, I probably should. Let's see. I'm just gonna check so I don't get any flack for being a liar. It's putting me on the list, right? Okay, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna check last round. Let's see. Okay. I doubt he reading Green Ninja twice.
I misplayed too many times. Like I could have just easily crossed,
Yeah. Come over, get in the chair.
or I could have scooped.
Yeah. Well, okay. Like first off, tough matchup.
Yeah. I was literally just planning to instantly scoop.
I mean, doing item lock for 50 damage, and all of a sudden it's 100 damage.
Oh yeah.
No. Yeah, do you want to talk about some like misplays? Some stuff you could
I
probably.
definitely misplayed with that Articuno because I should have just looked at my hand and actually pulled out the scoop up net and used that.
Mhm.
But he just had to top deck off the cross switcher and get my Palkia out. That's all I needed to keep alive, so that I could
Yep.
shady dealings on a Sobble, get out an evolution incense, use that, get a Palkia V-Star, and
Star
then Star Portal onto Articuno.
Mhm.
And then he also decided to wash vacuum the emergency.
You were just which you play one of, so you know.
Yeah, thanks, Ash.
Yeah, a couple turns before you had your Palkia out and your Articuno, and you had 2 energy in the discard pile.
Yeah.
So you could have more early to
I was thinking about that,
Mhm.
and then I mentioned like, oh, I should have Star Portal then.
probably.
And he's like, yeah, if you were to do that, that would completely change the way I played this round.
Mhm. But I mean, I don't know. He had the Raikou V just sitting there waiting to come out and do a ton of damage. But tough.
I don't know, it just makes it so hard to use
Yeah,
my hand
I hate
because
that.
like main thing that I use to get everything is items.
Mhm.
It's like I couldn't even use my air balloon.
You scoop up. Yep. Yeah, your air balloons, Evo Incense. I'm surprised you had Palkia V-Star like after the first item walk. I thought it was gonna be game there, but then yeah, you played down your Palkia V-Star, and I was like, oh okay, you're gonna be doing some damage or something.
Out of all Palkia
You
V-Stars,
definitely should have put your Star Portal onto
yeah, Articuno.
Articuno. The problem was, even if you attack with Articuno, you don't paralyze me because you knocked me out first. So I still would have been able to
It's not damage. Okay.
Yeah, so I
Unless
still
you had
would have
boss.
been able. Sure. I didn't have another Vikavolt down, but you could have.
Or the Raikou.
Mhm.
You should have, yeah, it should have been the Raikou if you could have, because then you forced me to have Cross Switcher in order to get out of it, because if it just get out of it, this would have been on Ninja.
Yeah. Do you only play 2 cross switchers?
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, Asher just decided yesterday to rip out my points.
Oh,
Pretty sure I have like,
Build your own deck from now on.
I have like one escape rope in there now and a random Thornton.
don't let Asher tell you how to build your deck.
The Thorn is dude. The Thorn's really weird. I'm like curious. So, have you ever played Thorn yet?
No, threw it in yesterday.
Thornton can have an energy. You can Star Portal an energy onto something unassuming, then Thornton it into an Articuno, attach, and then paralyze them.
Okay. Okay.
Thornton is pretty good for that. Also, if you play Ice Cube, Thornton is good to get into Ice Cube.
Mm-hmm.
So you can Thornton into Ice Cube. You could have gotten into Ice Cube.
I don't have an ice cube.
Yeah, it doesn't play.
You gotta fix your deck.
Yeah.
Asher to fix my deck. He's doing everything to. I don't know how to build decks.
Next league night. Just no. I guess a good way to build decks is look at like other people's decks
Yeah.
and start like that.
I mean, that's the main reason he threw me straight into freaking Ice Rider with the shady dealings. I mean,
Yeah,
is so he could have me see how decks are built.
a tough deck to like start with, especially, is the Inteleon line,
Yeah.
because you want to grab certain trainer cards at certain times, or else it's a misplay or something. So that's definitely a tough way to throw you in. Definitely under the bus.
Yeah. I'm just glad now that I have the 3/3 line on Palkia because
That's smart.
we updated it yesterday because during the 1.5K, the recent one, I only had a 2/2 line.
What did you do in the 1.5K?
I think I got like top 25. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it was painful. Traded for a random rainbow Palkia V. Threw that in. Traded yesterday for
The alternate art.
no, just the plain Palkia.
The plain.
Today, yesterday, English no work. Yesterday, came here, got an Palkia V so I could update to the 3/3 line.
Mm-hmm.
But at the 1.5K, there was someone, and I traded Palkia V Star.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I definitely would recommend probably putting in another Articuno because you want to lean more.
I have 2 Articunos.
Okay. Oh, you do.
I told you in the last interview.
Put in 3, bro. Just play 3.
So happy face. I wonder what that's from.
Dude, that's from you. I swear.
Nah, wouldn't be me out of all people.
I mean, luckily, no one's prized anything crazy. It's all just been just basic little things.
I played my Rainbow Pouch in it. Okay. I was kind of
Yeah, you pressed a lot of Inteleon stuff, but I mean, I imagine you play a thick Inteleon line. So
4 Sobble, 3 Drizzile, 1 Shady, Inteleon, 1 Quick Shootings, Inteleon.
okay, that's not bad. Hmm.
Used to be just the standard from the Ice Rider. Now it's gone to barely anything.
Dang. Maybe you should just put Ice Rider in it again.
I kind of can't because it's like some kids here and they were all looking through my crap and now I can't find my 3D Max.
I mean, they're cheap. They're probably like $1 or something.
I don't. You know what? Screw it. I'm looking it up. How much is it?
I'm gonna say $1.80.
If it's $1.80.
Hey, sir, you on stream right now?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So just a question. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I might have to go those if they're cheap.
They're. Yeah. Well, they're probably just gonna leave the interview here. But thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay. We're gonna be right back for round 3. Hopefully happening soon, and hopefully
92 cents.
92 cents.
92 cents.
Get a bunch of those. Okay, we'll be back for round 3 soon.
Daniel C.
Okay.
And I have fusion, so you just put a fusion.
Okay. Let me get the names. Name on the left.
Asher C.
Here.
Asher C.
And then the right is Daniel C. But
We got a lot of C's today.
Chase
Yeah, Chasey.
C.
This guy's sick.
Don't let him go.
Who? Yeah, this guy. I know.
C.
I'll catch you later.
Yeah,
We'll
of
talk.
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're already making friends.
It's too easy.
Chasey.
Okay, well, it looks like we have Fusion Mew versus a Lugia V-Star deck for our round 3. Let me update that. And both players are at a 2-0-0 record as well. I'll update it real quick. Okay. And let's check out some prize cards for this matchup. So for Asher, they have prized a double path. So for Lugia, if they're trying to path turn 1, turn 2, then it's going to be difficult. Missing those pieces. A Cram will let them not be as consistent in how they're going to be playing, and that double turbo energy is, the 1 of 4 that they're going to be playing in their deck. So a little bit of tough prizes for Asher. Let's see. For Chase, on the other hand, we have double Colorless Experiment prize. Oof, prizes are tough this round. Oh my goodness. That is going to be their consistency for boosting the cards in the Lost Zone. They're going to be missing out on, being able to do your Mirage Gates, do your Lost Mine, Sableye, hit with your Cramorants turn 1. So definitely tough prizes. There are lower in prize cards though, the bottom 2, so they're going to be finding them, sooner in the game than later. So, and I guess I was actually incorrect. It is a Lost Box deck. So it looks like Asher's going to be having an amazing start right now. 4 basic on the bench. You have your 3 Genesect, 1 being prized, 2 Mew V, and already a Fusion Strike Energy on board. Looks like an escape rope, so they're going to be switching into the other Mew V. Might be passing the turn here. You really never know. Pulling out a what is that called? Let me search that card up again. Power Tablet. Got it. Looks like double Power Tablet coming down. This is definitely really early. If they're looking to, take out a Lugia V-Star with 280 HP, then they're going to need, 2, 3 Power Tablets to take it out. Get the correct deck out. But it looks like the Mew is just going to be sitting out in the active, just to protect the Mew with energy on, which makes sense. Turn 1 can't evolve, so I'm going to be missing out on that. Now, Chase has a really tough hand. This could be game right here, and it most likely will be game. Mew VMAX just has so much draw potential that they're going to be able to, find their Mew VMAX right here with the Ultra Ball. It's going to be a quick retreat and a quick donk. Wow. What an exciting round 3. What a great round 3.
No quick balls, no combos. Nothing to get.
Bro.
No battle VIPs. There's nothing.
That's
I
definitely.
think we'll play a fun match.
I think we should. Yeah, yes, please. Oh my goodness. That's what happens with Lost Box if you just can't get anything on your bench. Lost Box has just such little HP. The Raikou only sitting with 110. Your Comfeys with 70 HP. You're missing out on one of the things that's going to keep you alive. So Mew VMAX is going to capitalize on it. play as quick as it can. Turn one, draw you 10 cards. Turn two, draw you 15, and just take you out really quickly. So it looks like I'm gonna be putting Asher at a higher score. And see right here. And we're just going to be going into just a quick, easy match. Just for funsies. Drawing other cards. Okay, putting out some prizes. Let's check those prizes. Okay, let's see. So for Asher, we have a Mute Prize, Judge Prize, and again, the 2 Path to the Peaks. I mean, in this matchup, they're not going to be needing that unless Chase does play the Drapion V. So, yep, we're probably not worried about that too much. The Forest Sealstone is a good consistency card that's also located in the prizes. Asher is most likely playing 2 or 3 Forest Sealstone. And then on Chase's side for a Lost Box, bunch of one-ofs. You don't have the double Colress's Experiment, so this is already looking like a much better match than before. Well, for a turn 1 Battle VIP Pass, that is going to be definitely something you want to see from Mew VMAX. Ultra Ball's going to get them another Genesect, maybe even another Mew. Looks like Genesect's going to hit the bench. One of the big things that Mew needs to keep track of is the damage that can be spreaded from Genesect to Genesect with the Lost Mine Sableye. Chase will be able to spread that damage around and take multiple prize cards on their turn if they need to. So that could definitely be a strategy for the Lost Box deck. They are playing, it looks like more of a Raikou build, maybe not the Rayquaza, to be able to take the Okos with the damage output that Rayquaza can do. Raikou is going to be able to instead, spread that damage around, try to pick off 1 or 2 Pokemon on the opponent's side, and take those multi-prize KOs. Wow. Excuse me? 3 crams? Yeah, definitely going to be seeing some heads from those. It looks like 1 head on a cram. Go switch your deck for whatever you want. With the possibility of playing another cram this turn, I just bewildered by the insane cards that this Mew deck is pulling right now. This is looking oddly familiar from 5 minutes ago. The escape rope, moving the Genesect back, putting the Mew V up. Definitely curious what is happening here. Can draw a couple more cards with that last Genesect, but looks like it's just going to be a pass. Hopefully, we have a better start than before on the Lost Box side. Quite a big hand. Looks like we have all ready to start a Colress's Experiment. So Chase is going to be looking at the top 5 cards, putting a couple in the Lost Zone, and then keeping the rest. So that's already a better start than last time. Definitely have to keep track and choose the correct cards that go in the Lost Zone. Being a Lost Box deck, if you Lost Zone enough cards, it could be definitely very detrimental to the deck. Too much energy in the Lost Zone, you won't be able to attack. Too much retrieval, and your cards that have been discarded, you won't be able to get back. So it takes quite a lot of practice and a lot of mind power to be playing a Lost Box deck. Looks like a quick ball coming up from hand. Hopefully, Chase can get a Comfey into the active and start some flower picking. Being able to just get more cards in the Lost Zone, you'll be unlocking your Mirage Gates, your Lost Mine, your Cramorant, the things that you need in order to basically do damage, do Lost Mine stuff. So let's see where this ball goes and gets. Radiant Greninja. Chase is discarding quite a bit of energy. I think 2 have already hit the discard pile, and maybe even a third will with this Radiant Greninja. So hopefully Chase is just keeping track of that. I'm sure he plays a lot of retrieval in the form of Ordinary Rod and Energy Recycler, so they'll definitely be good with that. Let's see, turn 1. Really, the objective is just get your flower picking out. Get your Comfey in the active. Get as many cards as you can into the Lost Box, into the Lost Zone. You really want to be building up the amount of cards you have there. And if not, you're definitely going to be falling behind and basically losing your tempo. Luckily, Chase actually has an air balloon that he was able to attach to Raikou, so getting that Comfey in the active, you can finally start adding more and more to the Lost Zone. Let's see. Looks like a scoop up net on the Greninja. Discarding even more energy. Wow. Getting 2 more cards. I don't know how that happens. Yeah, put that back in your hand. You can't put that in the Lost Zone. You wish. If you had another Comfey, you could definitely play that Escape Rope. Looks like a Ranger is played to the bench. Couple more dig. Definitely going through a lot of cards. Unfortunately, we just need more Comfeys on the bench.
First game
Let's see. Quite a long turn, remembering that this is still the first turn of the game for Chase. They have to still able to attach an energy for turn to the Raikou if you need. The Amazing Shot's going to be very helpful to start putting damage on those Genesect. But if you're not able to if you're not able to string Comfey into Comfey, then you're missing out on a lot of the stuff that your deck can do.
Sorry for leaving again.
Bro, you left?
Should have been great for the commentator, like, what's going on? My father had misplay.
Dude, yeah, you can't put an escape rope in the Lost Zone for no reason.
Right.
Okay. They're back now. Let's see if Chase can do anything else. Looks like the energy recycler is going to be played down. Finally able to get those, 4 or 5 energy that's been discarded from Radiant Greninja back into the deck. Definitely a worrisome thing for a Lost Box player to have quite a bit of energy in your discard pile. Really. The Amazing Raikou takes 3 different types of energy in order for them to attack. So having the options in your deck is very necessary. Curious what that Oranguru provided Chase. It might not be anything good though. Looks like it is just going to be a pass onto Asher's side. Immediately drops down a Mew VMAX, so he has the damage output that's going to be needed to take out this Comfey with the Fusion Strike system. Or, I think that's what it's called. Cross Fusion Strike is actually the attack, man. Let me put there. Went into a double Mew VMAX, so he's missing out on the ability to use Psychic Leap to shuffle back any damaged Mew VMAX into the deck. So that's definitely not an option anymore. Asher still has the extra bench space though. Could play down that Oricorio or Mew V that just popped into the hand, and it is going to be Mew V. So, just digging through the deck right now. I think Asher is drawing maybe up to 7 cards this turn, so it's looking pretty good. It's like just a free retreat and just taking the knockout. Let's see what that prize card was. If I can remember. Ooh, I don't think I do remember which one that was. Probably nothing too needed. Okay, looks like it's now on Chase's side of the board. It's like using our Rangerer to try to dig a little bit further, and the Radiant Greninja, kind of tough. With the Rangerer's ability used first, you're just drawing into the card that you put on top of the deck. It could have been an energy though, so looks like a boss is coming out. For Genesect V, maybe trying to do a little bit of stall, and wow, it's just a pass. So unfortunately, there's going to be no stall. Asher's quick to the draw and immediately slaps down that switch to get the Genesect out of the active spot. Just trying to thin the hand to draw, more cards. I'm not sure if there's anything Asher is really trying to pull out of his deck right now. He's really just taking easy knocks on really small Pokemon. So let's see. Just drawing more and more cards. The deck does look like it might be a little thin, but let's see. It is actually very thin. Probably only about 15 cards in there, so I guess that's one thing Asher has to look out for is milling himself, because in this Lost Box matchup, you're only taking 1 prize card for every knockout. You're not doing you're not taking a lot of prizes for looks like a boss on the Radiant Greninja trying to take out or taking out the draw power in the deck. And Chase is actually bringing out a Comfey. Finally able to do another flower selecting. It's surprising that in these past 2 games, we've only seen 2 flower selecting. So finally has 4 cards in the Lost Zone. So Grandma is online and active now on the bench. A switch would allow Chase to just do a solid 110 damage, which could be good. Hopefully Chase can actually hit the switch. If not, then Asher's going to get the chance to take out the engine for Chase. Escape rope is active, and the Cram is coming out. And it looks like it's just going to be 110 damage. And moving over to Asher's side. Asher's putting in the double turbo energy on the next VMAX. You might want to decide to use Psychic Leap to put the VMAX back into deck, but it's only 110 damage. The Mew still has 200 HP left, and it doesn't look like Chase is playing the Rayquaza. We haven't seen it yet come out, so Chase might not have the option to do the amount of damage he needs to take the knockout on VMAX. Okay, double tails on the Silene. So Asher's not getting anything back from his discard pile and just continues to draw cards. I'm definitely worried about the size of his deck right now. It seems to be very thin. Path of the Peak coming out. Asher might be wondering if Chase is going to be playing the Drapion V, but we still haven't seen that. And then Asher takes the, I think it was the Forest Seal Stone. Looks like a Comfey is actually put into the active spot. And the Ordinary Rod's going to allow Chase to shuffle back in Radiant Greninja, a couple energy, and maybe a Comfey. Definitely has been a tough ride for Chase. Looks like flower picking is active. Might be a tough choice right here. Sure looks like it. Which one to choose? Ooh, has to look at his hand. Could possibly be another Ordinary Rod or a couple energies. Ooh, has to lose a Comfey off of that flower selecting. Oh, it might have been between a Comfey and a Cram. Decides to take the easy damage from Cramorant. Unfortunately, Psychic Leap is still an option for Asher's deck, so this 110 damage might not stick whatsoever. So contemplating, and it looks like just the primer is going to be doing 110. So VMAX is sitting at 220. In order to use Psychic Leap and take the knock, Asher's going to need to play 2 Power Tablet, so that he can be hitting up to 130 damage. But I don't know if Asher has the resources in his deck. I can sure check though with the Forest Seal Stone, and it looks like he's going to be searching his deck for a card. Looks like we have 1 Power Tablet, but he is missing the second Power Tablet. So in order to take a knock here, did grab Silene though. Silene could be an option. Curious. Let's see what happens. Very small deck, not a lot of cards. It looks like Asher is actually just deciding to retreat, keeping all of the damage on you VMAX. Oh, bumping the path and discarding the Mew VMAX. All of that damage, all of that work is now in the trash. And then quickly gets rid of the Collapse Stadium. So we can bench another Mew VMAX, or another Mew V. And now, no damage on the board. No fear of going down, giving your opponent 3 prize cards. It looks like it might just be a knockout here. Continues to draw cards. A little scared, but we'll see. I feel like Asher is definitely playing to his outs right now. just trying to keep his deck small so that the pieces, if he needs any, can easily be drawn. And it looks like he'll go down to 2 prize cards. Well, Chase is still at 6. Looks like flower selecting. We're slowly getting the cards in the Lost Zone. Looks like we have 6. We need 1 more to unlock the Mirage Gate. If we could get another Comfey and maybe a switch card, escape rope, then you'll finally unlock that Mirage Gate and be able to do some damage with the Raikou. Well, we'll see. Still deciding on cards to play. It's gonna be a boss, maybe another boss stall option from Chase. Yep, deciding to choose a Genesect V. Might have been a better option to choose the one with the Forest Sealstone on it, because Asher could be playing an air balloon and could attach it to Genesect V and retreat. If he bossed up the one with the Forest Sealstone, then that wouldn't be an option. So we'll see if Asher even plays the air balloon. I don't know. Looks like Oranguru is going to be using Primary Wisdom. Hopefully pulling something that Chase really needs right now. Oh, we'll see. Looks like a Scoop Up Net. Playing the Scoop Up. Who to bring up? Okay, the Raikou. With Free Retreat, maybe hoping to get another flower selecting. This could pay off. Yes, okay. This is going to be 7 cards hitting the Lost Zone, unlocking the Mirage Gate. Putting the Mirage Gate in the Lost Zone, okay. The Chase most likely has all the Mirage Gates that he needs. But let's see. It doesn't feel like Chase has many cards in hand still. Just passes. That is tough. Ooh, Escape Rope comes out to play. Chase is going to have to choose between 2 of the Pokemon that he has been using to draw and his main attacker. But I'm definitely feeling that Oranguru or Greninja are going down. So looks like he's choosing Oranguru. And I guess we'll see if Asher just decides to take Knockair or if he's trying to play for something else, but it's just going to be the knockout, and Judge is going to go to hand, which is going to be a really valuable asset for Chase. I mean, for Asher. With Judge in hand, he can play Judge and get more cards into his deck, and disrupt Chase, so it's definitely a win-win for him. Chase is going to be benched. Well, it looks like Chase really doesn't have much. And it's just going to be the Scoop. Well, it's GG's. Tough match for Chase, just not having enough in the Lost Zone fast enough. The Mew VMAX deck continues to just be just a menace. Really fast. Can take prizes when it needs to. Has the damage output. And can just easily hit numbers on Lost Box. You don't really need to use those power tablets and such. Okay. GG's Asher.
Thank you. This is so fast.
Sorry you had to commentate that.
Yeah.
No, I got you. Yeah.
Sweet. Is there people in chat? Oh, you can't see chat. Never mind.
I can't actually see chat, so.
I barely lost. I was down to 1 prize card and I had boss in hand.
Who won?
Grab the 2 reddies.
Yeah, what'd you do?
One, 2, try that step a little bit.
Hey,
Hold on. Yeah, actually move this.
Looks like we'll be right back for round 4.
Hold on.
It's like reading people set up on stream right now.
We're streaming. Eric versus thing, but I didn't announce this.
I see. Right?
Okay, so you can.
Okay, looks like we have a last round coming up on stream. Let me just get that all set up. Round 4. We'll do. Ooh,
It's gonna be Peyton G on the left.
left, Peyton G,
And then on the right, it's gonna be Eric W.
Eric W.
On for the last round.
What's that?
Stream is live. Stream is live.
It's got pretty thick, like 16 about cards. Red sleeves. I don't know what
Okay, so he's looking for a deck box.
Eric with a C at the end. Eric with a C. You don't know them yet. It's fine. Eric is 201,
Oh, okay.
and Peyton is what? Peyton is what is Peyton? I think Peyton is 2-1. Let's see.
210.
Yeah, I think Peyton's 210.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. We have no 3-0s today. Someone took a bye and then lost.
Peyton is 3-0.
Never mind. Peyton is 3-0.
It's Arctura, Palkia. So whichever one of those two you think is more interesting to display.
Dope. Okay.
We may or may not have Palkia. I think we do though.
I don't. We actually don't.
Oh, it's true.
Arctura. Okay. Cool. Alright, looks like we have a Arceus Duraludon deck versus a Palkia deck. So we'll see. In this matchup, Arceus Duraludon is not going to be able to utilize the Duraludon ability that blocks it from taking damage from Pokemon with special energy. The Palkia deck is most likely just going to be playing basic water, maybe one wash energy, and I doubt Eric is going to be ever going to be putting that into play. The Duraludon is going, I'd say it's probably a 50-50, maybe favored in Duraludon because of the small bench size that's going to be used. I guess the one concern I would say for Duraludon would be paralysis from Eric. If Eric is playing the Articuno in deck, then paralysis can slowly just tick away damage on an Arceus V-Star or Duraludon VMAX. So we'll be seeing if that is going to be in play. But other than that, I'd say it's definitely going to be an either player can win this match. And we haven't seen either player on stream before, so I don't exactly know what the deck lists are going to be looking like, but it's could be a good match, and hopefully it will, because all we've had today are pretty tough matches. So hopefully for round 4 we have something good, get a good show, and both players have a good time. looks like we're flipping. And then let's get some prize cards put out. Okay, let's see. Prize cards coming up. Arceus down. Boss, Lost City, and a Duraludon. So definitely is going to have a thin Duraludon line. Let's see for the Palkia deck. One Palkia, two Palkia V-Star, and a Sobble, dude. Double Palkia V-Star is going to be tough. Hopefully they play a 3-3 line. I wouldn't imagine it'd be any thicker than that. A 4-4 line just sounds like a little too much. So double Palkia V-Star. Guess we'll see. Hopefully they'll do a little bit of price checking and figure out things really quickly. But let's see. I imagine Peyton already took his turn, seeing that there's a Drapion in the active. It looks like Eric already took his turn, and now it's Peyton's turn, going second in the game. To start a Colress experiment, that's definitely really powerful. You got to choose basically how your turn is going to be going, and maybe even next turn could select a supporter, maybe some good trainer cards. Definitely a powerful supporter to start. Let's see. Looks like the cards have been decided in Arceus, and that could possibly be a judge, I'm guessing. Go to the Lost Zone. Get a double turbo energy on Arceus V. Now missing the Trinity Charge attack right now is definitely not too bad. Especially if you're missing Duraludon on bench, but this Ultra Ball could go and search for that Duraludon, or it could just be a preemptive Arceus V-Star to hand. If it is going to be a Duraludon. If Arceus can't be pushed into the active, then Eric has the ability to just further set up his board. He can definitely take this time and not worry about any large threats or worry about being behind. Can definitely just continue to set up things that he needs. Palkia V, some extra Sobbles, energy for turn, just things like that. Hopefully he's checking prizes right now and notices that there is a double Palkia V-Star prized. So starting out tough. Definitely going to need to get a little lucky right now. Off of the Irida, eyeing the Radiant Greninja, maybe just trying to dig a little bit further, get a little bit more set up in his deck. Let's see what item card he grabs as well. Maybe just finally realizing that, oh crap, I have two Palkia V-Star prized. Where is? Let me watch this. It looks like there's still one in deck. Putting the Quick Ball to the front of the deck shows that Eric is most likely just going to be, trying to bench more, probably get a couple more Sobbles out, so the Shaded Galings will be a little bit more effective. Okay, put those balls in hand. It's like Radiant Greninja is going to the bench, and immediately is going to be using the Greninja's ability to draw a couple cards. Let's see if anything else happens. Still has that Quick Ball in hand. But it looks like they're just going to use Sobel's, I think it's called like Rapid Call attack. I'm going to go grab a bunch of the Sobels out of the deck. It only has 2, so it looks like it's a thinner Sobel line. Maybe a 3/3/2. Pain immediately evolves into Arceus V-Star and Duraludon VMAX. Triggers the Arceus V-Star star power. So Peyton's going to be able to search their deck for 2 cards, any cards. Most likely trying to find a switching card from the Drapion, maybe an energy if that's not in hand, or something like a Professor's Research to draw more cards. Let's see what this could be. We got an attachment from turn and the switch card. So let's see if there's a supporter in hand. But it could just be a Trinity Nova for the knockout. Maybe the press cards ready. It looks like it is just going to be a Trinity Nova. So no research off of that. Probably just use the V-Star power to search out the energy that they needed in order to get the attack down. And all those are going to go into Duraludon. And let's watch for the prize card that is taken. It's probably going to be the Duraludon or the Energy. Either could be good. An extra Duraludon would be nice so that Eric has to go through 2 Duraludon VMAX, but he also might not. Definitely needs to take that prize card though. There we go. Or maybe maybe Peyton will remember to take his prize. I guess we'll see. Oh. Take your prize, bro. I'll tell him.
Peyton, don't forget your price card. Oh, thank you.
Let's do my job. Okay. It looks like he took the Duraludon V. Okay, now back to the game for Eric's side. Has an energy on Articuno. And I believe I saw a Rhyhorn earlier, so that might not be the attachment for turn. Let's see.
That's what my second game of the
We're going to evolution into a Drizzile. Eric could be leaning more towards having more Articunos out instead of the Palkia V-Star as an attacker. Palkia could come out later in the game as Eric just tries to continuously paralyze and just do more and more damage. But I mean, having a Sobble knocked out and not playing a thick 4 Sobble line, you definitely are limited on just like being able to search your deck for trainers and pieces that you need. So it could be a little concerning not having that as an option. I mean, having 2 Drizzile, you have the ability to evolve into either your Rapid Strike Inteleon or your Shady Dealings Inteleon. So he could be doing a little bit more damage or just trying to get more consistency. But it looks like he is just going to be using the Paralyze attack from Articuno. paralyzing the Arceus V-Star. Now the ball's in Peyton's court. Peyton is definitely looking for a switch card right now. Switch would be amazing for him, but it looks like just a draw pass. So with the amount of cards in Eric's hand, definitely in a good position to continuously paralyze, maybe play Emergency Jelly to heal the damage, and definitely just try to lock his opponent out of the game. So we shall see how this turn goes. I'm curious if Eric is going to be benching any Palkia V right now. Because if he doesn't get an Articuno on the bench, Peyton does have the chance to, top deck a switch card, take out the Articuno, and then Eric is left with that full turn where he doesn't have an attacker out. I mean, unless he plays more Raihan, then it would be a possibility, but we'll see. It looks like just another paralysis attack might be coming off. No, it looks like Eric's going to be playing his hand a little bit more. Sobble's coming down to the bench. Let's see. Card coming down. Looks like another Irida. Irida has got to be the best card ever printed for the Inteleon line. Being able to find a water Pokemon and then an item card, which could find you another Pokemon, or your energy, or your scoop up net, or your switch card, like Irida is definitely the best thing. Looks like the Radiant Greninja counter was left on from the previous turn, so definitely be removing that. Yep, because Raihan was played a couple turns ago. Just filling his hand with cards that are definitely needed. Greninja to draw some more cards. I would imagine that Eric's hoping to find another Articuno or a Palkia V off of the draw. But he could just be banking on the paralysis this turn. Sifting through the hand. He has a lot of cards. Looks like the Inteleon Snipe comes out, adding a little bit more damage. Putting the Arceus at 90 damage. And then the Inteleon Shady Dealings also comes out. Let's see what this grabs. Putting a quick Walter towards the front of the deck. Might be searching out a Palkia or another Articuno. Grabs the Emergency Jelly and immediately attaches it. Definitely going to be a vital piece of the Inteleon Articuno deck. And does find the extra Articuno. Let's see, attachment for turn and a scoop of that. Going to be able to recycle that Inteleon Shady Dealings. And most likely just going to be continuously putting the Arceus under the paralysis effect. And yep, the attack goes off, and the turn goes over to Peyton's side. Still just trying to figure out how the Emergency Jelly is going to be triggered. It does trigger in between turns once the Pokemon hat is under a certain amount of HP. And just trying to figure out the damage that's correctly put on. And there we go, paralyzed. So I imagine that in Eric's deck, he's only playing 2 Palkia V-Star. Because we haven't seen a Palkia hit the bench at all, Eric must understand that the Palkia V-Stars are in the prize cards. If he was playing a 3-3 line, then probably would have benched one and already have a Palkia V-Star out right now, but looks like the Inteleon is just doing the work right now. The Arceus is just getting destroyed. It's paralyzed, paralyzed, paralyzed. Okay. Just deciding what is happening, or what's going to happen from Eric's side of the field. Has a lot of cards in hand, so there's going to be a lot of options for him to choose. Definitely noting that this Arceus still has quite a bit of HP. There's only 170 damage, so the Arceus has 110 HP left. Which, you can't really get there that quickly with the Articuno's attack. Let me check how much damage that actually does. One of the things with the Articuno Inteleon deck is that you want to set your opponent's active Pokemon to enough damage where you can Inteleon snipe it and knock it out on your turn. Because if you take the knockout with Articuno, then you're basically giving up your Articuno, your Paralyze lock, earlier than you want to. Looks like the Articuno is doing 70 damage, so that'll put the Arceus V-Star at 240 damage, which is kind of an awkward spot unless you can get down 2 Rapid Strike Inteleons or play a Scoop Up Net on that turn. I mean, being an Inteleon deck, Eric's going to have multiple Scoop Up Nets. So it looks like he's most likely going to be able to Paralyze, take the knock on his next turn, and have Peyton move up either his Drapion or his whatever it's called, Duraludon VMAX. Just checking the discard pile. One way for Peyton to get out of this lock is for Eric to misplay or play out of his resources. Being an Inteleon deck, you quickly play out of your Scoop Up Nets, your Emergency Jellies, that those resources are going to be hitting the discard pile quicker than you might want them. So it looks like it's just going to be a pass to Peyton and then a pass back to Eric. The paralysis is doing the work right now. So, Eric has a second Rapid Strike Inteleon, which is going to be really vital. He's going to be taking a knock here for, let's see, how much was that? Put him up to 290 damage. So the paralysis lock is going to be there. Let's see if Big Parasol actually blocks that. Let's see. Yes, so Big Parasol is actually going to make Duraludon not paralyzed. I wonder if Eric actually knows that. But we shall see. He does, I believe he does play a Lost Vacuum. Let me check. Not in prizes right now. Still just trying to figure out what he needs to do in order to get this Big Parasol off. Looks like it's going to be a boss on the Drapion V to get around it. In order to keep the paralysis lock intact and ongoing, definitely can't get into that Duraludon VMAX right now. Unfortunately, though, I guess it doesn't really matter for the prize trade because Peyton only has a Duraludon VMAX and the Drapion V. You're not really needing to take out one or the other because you need to take out both. So it looks like just the paralysis and the pass. Peyton is in a tough spot right now. He is 3-0 this tournament, but unfortunately, he might not have hit an Inteleon deck at all. Let's see. Looks like he played something. He's going through his deck right now. Oh, never mind. It's actually Eric's turn. Okay. Just doing the 40 damage to the Drapion V from both of those rapid strikes. Let's see how much HP Drapion has. Drapion has 210 HP. So in order to keep the luck going, Articuno is going to have to paralyze probably a couple times. But I'm concerned Peyton might be able to have this. What's it called? I get this mixed up. Duraludon. The Drapion and Duraludon. This Duraludon might be able to just single-handedly go through all of Eric's Pokemon if Eric doesn't have the correct resources to take it out. Looks like a Lost City is coming out and just a pass. That is tough. Eric does have a pretty big hand. And it will actually be able to knock out the Drapion with the double Inteleon. Let's see what prizes he takes. Oh, he just got both of his Palkia V-Star in hand. So the Palkia V-Star will honestly help him out in doing a lot of damage to this Duraludon VMAX. Because paralysis is actually not going to be in effect right now. But I mean, what can you do right now if you don't have your emergency jelly on your Articuno? If you decide to attack, you're actually knocking out your Articuno, bringing up another Pokemon, and then basically giving Peyton 2 prize cards. He is able to play down the Shady Dealings Inteleon, though, so hopefully he'll be able to find maybe a Lost Vacuum, but it does not look like there is one in deck. This has to go with the Roxanne and Choice Belt. He might have discarded his Lost Vacuum earlier in the game. Not being able to take out the big Parasol right now is actually pretty crucial. So it looks like Eric is just deciding to go for more damage with the Choice Belt. And actually decides instead of the Roxanne to go with the Irida. That could just further his ability to deck search and get the Pokemon out that he needs. It has such a large hand, though. Honestly, it looks like a bit of overbenching, but I mean, you really need to do that when you are playing both of the Articunos at the same time. Let's see. Actually, deciding not to put the Choice Belt down yet. This could be because they would rather have the Palkia V-Star have the Choice Belt. So it looks like they're just going to do 70 damage. And actually... Oh, is it a Yume? Let's see the Articuno card. So Articuno has to do 50 damage to itself. I don't know if that was preemptive or... I'm curious. Yeah, I'm actually going to check it.
Sorry.
I did well. Yeah. I got the ball. You're going. Yeah. Supply.
Looks like he actually gets wild freezed. I see for the 20 damage. And it looks like Peyton's actually going to be able to take the knock there. That big parasol is doing its work, and another is on the other Duraludon V. So, let's see how this plays out.
I don't know. It's what I was finding on
I do feel like Peyton's going to be able to take a couple prize cards here. Eric just might not have the pieces that he needs right now to continue what he needs to do. Ooh, thinking about putting the Palkia V down onto the bench. Well, I don't think they remember how long Lost City's been out, so it's a little scuffed. I don't think it matters, though they haven't really tried to recycle any of the Pokemon that have been knocked out, so. And what does Eric decide to do? Is it the Palkia V that goes onto the bench? Is it another Articuno? There's a boss. I do think that putting out another Duraludon might have been a misplay. Eric only has 2 prize cards. So, ooh, it's tough. If Eric was able to get a Palkia V on the bench last turn, then taking a knock would actually be quite easy right now. Okay. Looks like energy's coming down, and another Duraludon VMAX. Double Duraludon VMAX, double Big Parasol. I mean, what do you do? There's just so much HP on a Duraludon VMAX. For a tiny Articuno, it's tough. Looks like they're talking about the double Duraludon, but I mean, can Peyton do it? Has a lot of healing in the deck. There's Hyper Potion. There might be Crystal Cave. Don't know yet. Haven't seen it. But a Chorus's experiment will allow Peyton to dig a little bit, find some stuff that he needs, and hopefully get him to a better spot. Let's see. Tossing Ultra Ball and Quick Ball. Going for the Training Core, the Energy, and the Marnie off the Chorus. And just taking a knock. That is tough. Peyton down to 3 prize cards. Eric at 2. But how do you knock out such a large Pokemon as Duraludon VMAX? Irida for the Palkia V. And the Evo Incense. Might have actually not have been able to get Palkia V out yet. I don't know if there was, or there has been one in Eric's deck, or in Eric's hand. But, I mean, getting it out now, you definitely need to. Waited to play 2 Palkia V so that Peyton could not boss and knock it out. Understandable. And I imagine you just wait another turn, but Peyton has a Marnie in hand.
Wasn't your stack? They were over there. Yeah. Oh, is that your stack now?
Yeah, that's my file.
Do you just have multiple stacks? How am I supposed to know which
Let's
one?
see.
No, this anything in and around.
Just double snap for turn.
Either listed online or private stuff. Like
What the thing probably out here probably hasn't been gone through yet.
It does have Palkia V-Star hand, but we'll just take knock.
Let's say, I want to see.
Alright. This is exchanging fight of his own.
Icy or Usher and
Just with some price pack exchange.
are on their decks, and core, I sell those.
And he doubles Palkia V-Star coming out.
If you I have some things I want to.
That's some like Yu-Gi-Oh numbers I pulled out.
Let's see, it looks like these V-Star power is going to be.
But I am interested in buying these.
Okay, so someone did say this.
Yeah, those use that that side. Yeah.
Interesting. Again, that Lost City, they missed the Pokemon going in the Lost Zone. Sorry. Just checking your last price cards.
That's a
No need to
GLC.
code.
I'll put that'll be a GLC. I might be a GLC. Yeah, no. It's
We got some pulling packs back here.
Actually, that work. I really have one for some reason. Are you serious? Are you serious?
I checked it.
I mean,
Mancy down on bench.
Send me on Messenger.
Probably just the Inteleon doing damage right now.
I'll check this, but
If it's in the proxy.
He's setting up for just a boss knock with Palkia V-Star for next turn.
what is
Might have checkmate.
thing you're gonna have enough prints of the right one? The one to start crafting.
Aiden's going to need to be able to heal the damage with a Hyper Potion or Crystal Cave in order for the Duraludon VMAX to not be knocked out next turn.
If once everyone else gets there.
But we'll see.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like 120 to active and then 20 to the bench.
Yeah, but also
Oh, Asher, it's $4. Is that it? Tri Series 1?
There's a big Parasol blocks the 20 damage snipe. Gotcha.
We're not getting.
Oh, it is 4 now. It's a down.
Okay.
oh yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'll just sell it. It's worth like $20. We'll just sell it to the shop and pay for my cards.
That was like $20.
Okay.
So Cora.
Well, actually, I did the Shadow Rider beam.
Looks like a drop for Prince of Peyton.
At the time, they traded it to someone for something, but.
Double turbo attachment retreats. Okay. This could be game here. Looks like he's bossing up a Palkia V-Star. Ooh, okay. Just a boss and doing some straight damage to the Palkia V-Star. Doing 240 or 220. And if Eric can have water energy boss, then that'll be game for round 4. Oh, come on, your hand is huge. You gotta have it.
You want, I'm leaving in a little bit.
Oh, dang. So then look like the.
Does he have it? It doesn't look like it. It would have been played by now. So what do you do? Probably just attach, retreat, and attack with the Inteleon again? Put both Duraludon VMAX into knockout range for the Palkia V-Star. I mean, does Eric even have the water energy in hand in order to do this? Still hasn't used the double Inteleon snipe, can put 40 damage somewhere. But it looks like he's just contemplating what his next move is going to be. It's tough. Duraludon doing Duraludon things. This is definitely an endgame board for the Duraludon VMAX deck. Having 2 fully powered up Duraludon VMAX with both big parasols. Definitely an amazing deck inclusion that has saved Peyton in this matchup but I don't know if Herrick has it. He has Wash Energy. Is it just a retreat into the Inteleon? Looks like a double snipe. It looks like that is just going to be GG's. Or a game. Or, never mind. Double scoop up that? Okay. I don't know what he's looking for right now. The hand looks pretty rough. I think there's like double Evo Incense, has a lot of drizzles, Inteleons. Don't think he has it. There's the retreat. Decides to move up the Manaphy, not doing extra damage to the Duraludon with the Inteleon. But does Peyton have Boss in hand? He draws return, Boss, and that is going to be GG's. What a game. Oh, Serena was in the deck still. Unfortunate. He played his outs. What a great last round for round 4 at the Elite GameSpot tournament. Definitely have to congratulate both players and an excellent game. I thought Peyton was not going to make it there for a second, but the big parasol definitely saved him that game. Not being able to be paralyzed was very close. Well, cool. That'll be the end of round 4.
Great about I didn't realize I didn't look there.
It's not valuable.
But yeah, I had 2 drinking it. If there's a second break trend break,
I bought 6 Drapions, and now I have 2 left. I have no idea what the hell happened to them. I'm gonna buy me 1 really quickly. I'm not seeing 2, never died.
thought I had pulled 2 out. I thought it was a program for I was doing my seven.
Okay.
That was your staff. Gotcha. I also.
Well, thank you everyone for watching the Elite GameSpot League Night tournament. And congratulate to all the players and everyone who joined me on stream for interviews. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone.
We have to do it for this match.
Okay. Well, I definitely gotta go.
Oh, you gotta go?
Yeah.
I can commentate and take over for you, but I do appreciate it.
Sweet.
Sweet. You're stuck here forever. You're glued to this chair.
I got work in the morning. I got work.
How dare you? No working. Sweet. Alright.
Who's top now?
Top match is Peyton and Dalton. Unless Dalton wants to just scoop. No way, dude. Nah, hey, alright. We're gonna do a be right back thing. Thank you, August. Yes? Okay, I remember this time. Sweet, pleasure meeting you, all that stuff, and I'm gonna do the All right, well, apparently people have been playing already. So I just did a poopy whoopy whatever. I don't know. Ace is affecting me apparently. So we have Vikavolt versus Arceus Duraludon. So I'm gonna put Vikavolt displayed right there, just because. Let's see the prizes. No prizes taken. We see a Raikou on his side, which can be used really easily to take multiple prize cards against a Duraludon. We see a Drapion V here against the Vikavolt. He is under item lock right now. There's a big Parasol on the Arceus. He can't play any item cards. He can still boss. He's going to boss up the Greninja as a stall tactic here. Round info is going to be finals. Record left 4-0. Record right 4-0. Oh.
Place.
Finish 2-2.
Technically, he's first.
His bracket. Is there anybody in the bracket?
Yeah, one other person.
Oh, thank you very much, Asher. I want to try everything.
No, that doesn't have the Japanese cards. Yes, that doesn't have the Japanese cards yet. Okay, now everything is up to date. My goodness. So I can focus entirely on commentating here. So Dalton's looking at his discard pile here. I think it is the start of his turn. There is a Forest Seal Stone actually attached to his Vikavolt here. So he has the Forest Seal Stone for the consistency grab, which honestly makes sense. If you're wanting the Forest Seal Stone Melanie, there's a lot of the times where this deck just fails to dig. So if you do that over the Sky Seal Stone, I think that's entirely fine. He has already used the Forest Seal Stone. He's going to boss up that Arceus. Peyton's Arceus has a double turbo energy attached, so if he doesn't die here, he can start setting up some Duraludons on the bench, and then Duraludon will actually be immune to speed energy attacks. So Peyton not actually in the worst spot here. Yeah, Arceus doesn't die. He's still under item lock. If he top decks a Duraludon or an Arceus V-Star, he can search his deck for a Duraludon V or Duraludon V-Max and just kind of spread the energy around. We've seen an attachment for turn onto the Arceus here. Let's see if he spreads energy onto Drapion in any way, shape, or form. He's doing Power Edge. Okay, so he is opting to dig into the Vikavolt and killing one Vikavolt at a time here instead of spreading his energies around. And I think that's a valid play. I don't think that Vikavolt is able to take a KO on Arceus here. He does. No, he can. He for sure can. I don't think Peyton realizes that. He literally just super zapped cannons and then he's good. So yeah, okay. He probably should have Trinity Charge. Yeah, that's gonna be knockout on that. He has to discard 2 energy from that Pokemon. Arceus is dead. Peyton is going to send up the Drapion V. Very rough for him there. Colress Experiment. Okay, Colress Experiment. Let's see if he's able to dig anything out. Dalton just grabbed 2 prize cards, the first 2 prize cards of the match. Prize cards right here. He grabbed not the Raikou. He grabbed 2 energy cards, I think it was. So Raikou's still able to be grabbed. Tricking Shoe's still able to be grabbed. And those are lost zoned there. So yeah, the Lost City wasn't playing, Arceus was knocked out, so it is correct to put that in the Lost Zone. Let's see.
I think it's right on. I think so.
Don't look at his hand here. Oh, we see an Arceus V benched from Peyton. Peyton cannot quick ball. Oh, he is not under item lock right now, so he can't quick. He can utilize this as a big turn for him to actually get his resources. But he's thinking about how to how to actually sparingly go through this. He passes without quick balling for Duraludon. Probably a big misplay there on Peyton's end, but I don't think he knows any better. He's never played the matchup before, to my knowledge. So he's quick balling. We see quick ball for possibly a Zapdos to increase the amount of damage that Vikavolt can do. That just means Vikavolt needs a choice spell, and he can do 230 base. That doesn't matter if he has 1 Super Zap. He is reading the Zapdos. Zapdos increasing all basic type electric Pokemon's attacks by 10 damage done to the active. It is not the bench, unfortunately. Otherwise, Raikou onto Regis would be fantastic with that. Let's see here. We see Melanie play onto the Vikavolt, so Vikavolt can at least start getting the item lock on. But if he draws into the electric energy to attach for turn, it's not going to be good for Peyton at all. No energy attachment to Arceus. Arceus would just be lonely and sad, frail, decrepit. All those other words. It looks like Dalton has in fact whiffed the electric energy. So I think he's going to opt just to go for he's got water energy, so he's going to set up 2 different Vicavolts for when he does get that electric energy. And he's going to go cross switcher up the Arceus and then item lock. So digging into the Arceus and being able to hit big damage while also preserving his other Vikavolt on the bench so it doesn't die the next turn, just locking Peyton out of prizes and item cards. The Zapdos is benched, so he's going for the attack. So the attack does 60 damage here now. So worst case scenario, he could just keep on item locking him. We see another Colress experiment. Let's see what Peyton gets into here. Duraludon V, Arceus V-Star, or Duraludon V and a double turbo energy would be fantastic here, to be entirely honest with you. To get rid of a Quick Ball and a supporter of some kind. Arceus V-Star, okay, so he can use his Star Birth ability. Of course, being able to grab things his items normally can't grab. He did use a supporter for turn, so hopefully he does realize that he cannot use a boss or anything like that. But he should definitely be thinking about, definitely be thinking about a way just to get him set up. He's grabbing, he's attached for turn with an Arceus. Now he's using Star Birth. He's grabbing 2 cards. I don't know what they are. I'm assuming a Duraludon V and a double turbo energy. I think Peyton is definitely planning on surviving the Arceus for the next turn to set up Duraludon, and that is looking like it's true, although that makes him very fragile on the bench there with the Drapion V, of course, having 5 damage counters on it already. That means Dalton just needs a boss and then a snipe, and he has game, of course, after that back and forth exchange. Let's see, he passes over to Dalton after grading those 2 cards. Dalton, I don't think, runs any hand disruption on Marnie, but if he did, that would be very detrimental to Peyton here. Speed energy, so he is able to get a big damage amount onto Arceus, doing 200 if need be. That makes it 270, so if he can scoop it out, and that is a knockout on the Arceus with the Bolt. Very huge turn here for Dalton, and the hand disruption, completely crushing and shattering all of Peyton's hopes and dreams. The definition of overkill right here, right now, displayed by Dalton. He shows no mercy as he's about to go 5-0 here with his Vikavolt deck. Dang. Vikavolt truly is proving to be a force to be reckoned with. I am definitely expecting this deck going to Vancouver Regionals. Geez Louise. Temple of Sinnoh would have been great here from Peyton if he was able to grab it from the Starbirth. But I don't know if he runs Temple of Sinnoh. And that is for sure a death on the Arceus. Peyton can't do much there. Getting rid of a water energy, electric energy. Arceus is dead. He's realizing now that Arceus is dead. Peyton did not have the foresight to see Zigzagoon Ping, scoop up that Zigzagoon Ping, and if I'm being entirely honest with you, neither did I until just now when he placed down that first Zigzagoon. Peyton having still 6 prize cards, Dalton only having 2 left, damaged Drapion on the active spot there. I don't see what Peyton can do. Oh, he has the Lost Zone, both the Pokemon. I don't see what Peyton can do here to recover. I mean, I guess he can bench Arceus, switch, and that is a scoop from Peyton. Dalton is the League Night champion for tonight. Give a round of applause for the stupid bug. What? Then he's revealing more stuff. I don't know, what is he doing? He's playing. Oh, he's showing that he has more outs to other things too for the at least guaranteed knockout. Pretty cool. We see Steven there in the background, the absolute GOAT. Peering through. All right. And Dalton is 5-0, winning this League Night. League Nights here at Elite GameSpot are on Sundays starting at 4. We do tournaments, we do hangouts. We have the League Dollar system making prize packs and competitive cards more accessible to everyone. So if you are watching and in the local Eugene area, definitely come check us out. And where is the record? Hold on. I need to update his record to 5-0 just for purposes of consistency. Record right, 5-0. Bam! All right, guys. Thank you for watching the stream. Big shout out to August coming on here. Brand new commentator. You'll be seeing more of him more often. And